to where your opinion it matters. Now, we haven't been on air for a while. It has been what 4 weeks, almost just about more than a month, I think. But nonetheless, we are back, and we are going ahead with all the plans that we always have, and that is talking about Arsenal. Ha! Yeah. Des, my man, the enforcer. How are you, brother?
I'm good, my man. It's good to be back. It's been a while. Obviously, due to circumstances, couldn't be helped. But it's been an interesting month for Arsenal, so we've got quite a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's a lot of talks. I mean, yeah, we are also waiting for another person. He said he's stuck in traffic from Cape Town. That takes about half an hour to where he stay. But I said to him, as soon as he's ready, he can come in. So we will wait for him. But look, he can fall in where we are, and then we take it from there. So, Des, tell
Yep.
me quickly, how was your week, bruh?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Bit up and down work wise, but other than that, pretty good. And obviously, the results been really good. So I'll take a 1-0 every day. I don't care how rough it looks and how dirty it looks. I'll take them every day, mate. So yeah, quite
Yeah,
happy with the results. You know.
yeah. All right, so welcome to Guna Matters, as I say, and then let's just get all the what they call it, the admin out of the way. So if you want to get involved with Guna Matters, you can do so by emailing guna.matters27@gmail.com, or you can get us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Now, every time we have a show, we have a quiz. But firstly, I want to congratulate this guy. No, it's not that guy. This guy. He signed another contract extension for up until 2027, if that is not mistaken. So, yeah, congratulations. Now we're just waiting for Saka, Saliba, and Martinelli to sign their extensions. Nonetheless, but I think will come back to him in just a minute. And this is your quiz. Who guess who? He's a Northern Irish footballer, former footballer and coach. As a player, he made over 500 appearances for Arsenal. Win what is that? Winning the double, and later made 100 more appearances for Watford. He also won 49 caps for Northern Ireland. He was also a significant factor in the Arsenal double winning mechanics in 1990, in 1970, sorry. And his natural position being a right back, he had to wait for the chances a while because Peter Story waved his irrefutably beneficial wand of magic. So guess who am I? But before we go any further, there's what a
Mhm.
10 games in the Premier League we had.
Yeah, yeah.
We almost have 100%. We are on 90%, if I'm not mistaken. 10, yeah. So it's 90% of that 10 games we won.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
give in a nutshell your opinion about how it is to be a Arsenal fan right now.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to every game at the moment. Um, I just, yeah, I'm just proper up here, and so it's good. It's good. Proud to wear the shirt, you know. And to be honest, I mean, they have surpassed what I thought would happen. Um, Arteta has made a lot of people stand up and listen and look. I'm liking his style of football. He's changed a few players to make them look even better. I.e., for example, Xhaka is a better player this season.
Yeah.
Um, uh, to be honest, the only thing I think is it's a slight negative, but it's something that can be sorted. Is we need to strengthen in January.
All
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
um, only because if we don't, we won't sustain this sort of level of football, and we need
Nothing is
to.
nothing is sustainable unless it's strengthened. Yeah, you're right. Huh?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So it's I just think, keep going, keep going. I love what they're doing at the moment, and I think the Emirates is turning into a bit of a fortress,
Yeah,
which is a good
yeah.
thing. So yeah,
Um, so just for the sake of reporting, the media hits at Arsenal Football Club, and my heart is sore. And I did a video on this, and my question is why. I mean, I just spoke to you off air.
hmm
Uh, um, that O'Hara bloke,
oh yeah,
Graham
Jamie
Noon,
O'Hara, yeah, yeah,
yeah, Jamie O'Hara, Graham Souness, the
Mhm.
likes of these blokes, the Carragher, the Gary Neville's, the who's that guy in the middle, Roy
Roy
Keane, and
Keane,
there you see Graham Souness. And this is
yeah,
very, very early. I did this because it is the North London derby that we had. And Graham Souness on the left top there, he says that Arsenal got lucky at the weekend, and he's referring to the Leeds game. He didn't watch it, but he saw the reports. Now, my question is, why is these guys reporting on Arsenal that doing so well and reporting negativity? And I mean, you said that nobody expected Arsenal to be where they are now.
no. So what it is these guys that are moaning about Arsenal are expecting Man City, uh, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Tottenham to be the top four. Yeah.
Hmm.
So what it is, it's a bit of jealousy as well. It comes across as jealousy in the way they're saying it, but it's because the league isn't what they're expecting it to be. So we have surpassed people's expectations, and we have maintained a level of football that's keeping us at the top of the league. I mean, we're 4 points clear now, so
Yeah.
we're doing something right. And I think if you take Jamie O'Hara as an example, he's jealous because he, first of all, he's a Spuds fan. You know, he likes the London KFC, and
Yeah.
second of all, that to me is just pure because he hasn't got a nice word to say about Arsenal. You know, and it's jealousy. That's what it comes across as.
Yeah,
But
nobody's got anything good to say about Arsenal. I mean,
no,
sorry, just to break your word there, I
no,
saw a
it's cool.
little
It's cool.
video earlier on. Now, this chick, Laura something, that's on Talk, what is this face?
Is it Laura Woods? Laura
Laura
Woods?
Woods. Yeah, she's an
Yeah,
Arsenal fan.
yeah,
And she asked the question to him. So they're talking about totally different things. And then he brought in Arsenal, and she asked him, "No, why are you bringing in Arsenal? I mean, it's got
yeah,
nothing to do about the point they're talking about." And I
exactly.
mean, it pains me to hear all these things, Des. Sorry, you can continue with what you were saying.
Well, or to close that, really, all I was going to say, Glenwyn, is at end of the day, let's not moan about it because end of the day, let's leave the moaning to them, okay? And let's just us quietly and efficiently go about our business, you know, and professionally, quietly, efficiently, and professionally, just go about our business. And you know what? Let's go and win the league. Let's shut them all up.
Um, you're really sure that's gonna happen, eh?
Oh, mate, yeah. I was on a show with Paul from Cannon Fodder, the big show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Talked to him about Arsenal, and I actually said, and I'll stick by it, and I'll say it on your channel too, because I know your channel's a great channel, and I know people watch it as well. So I'm keeping my word. If Arsenal are top of the league by the time the World Cup comes round, I think we have a very, 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 very good chance of winning the league. And that's me just being totally honest with you.
That's good. And again, your opinion, it matters, my man, because
Thank you, mate.
you are you are on Guna Matters. That's good.
Exactly. I'm in the right place. I'm in the right
Y-
place.
You are, you are. So if you're on the chat, if you're watching, you can also obviously leave your comments there in the chat, and then you can also just have a discussion with us. And yeah, we will obviously read out your comments. You want to shout out on anybody, you can do so. Give your opinion about how the league has been so far, the progress of Arsenal Football Club. There's just one more thing is how's Arteta, bro? A lot of people obviously still want him out. A lot of people still saying he's the training manager, and for parts of those reasons, yes, it's true that he's still a training manager. But for the last few seasons since 2019 that he came there, he's turned things around for good.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, there's unity in the club now. The team want to play as a team. He's got the fans back on his side. All right, let's be fair. The majority of the fans back on his side. He's even got me back on his side as an example. And again, I can only say he's made me eat humble pie. And good luck to him, because I tell you what, he is going to be a great manager. He is. Whether it's at Arsenal, I don't know. I mean, because you never know how long a manager lasts these days here. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
But if it could be at Arsenal, that would be a great thing. And I think, again, it's them three words. He's professionally, and efficiently, and just going about his business and doing it nice and quiet. And I don't think he. Do you know what? I watch his interviews, and he only lets you know what he wants you to know, and I don't think he cares what people think.
yeah.
And
I'll speak that up.
if you don't care what people think, you just you, that's how you surprise people, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
you know, go on.
yeah. So I've got this picture on here as an evolving manager.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he comes from obviously he's played in Spain, and obviously he came to England. He played as a brilliant player for Everton. And when I saw him at Everton, I said, we need to get this guy at Arsenal.
Fair enough.
And not long thereafter, we bought him, and he became our captain. And since then, he has shown all sorts of leadership material and great prospects. Then he obviously went, as you know, he went to the City, and he came back as a manager, and he's evolving ever since. He's been doing well, and I like what you're saying is that he is not giving away too much when it gets an interview, whether it's pre-match or post-match, or even when we lost or when we did well. He never gives away too much, and that is the good thing about having him as the manager.
Yep, totally.
So, do you think there's a lot of fans in the UK because you're close to everybody there, most people? Is the word on the ground that they still want him out?
Do you know what? I can only think. I can only say what I think and what I hear. He's turning a lot of people back round. There's not as many out wanting him out as there was before. That's my opinion on it, and I say credit to him. And that shows the strength of the man, not just the manager, the strength of the man to put up with it all, to put up with all the ridicule, all the the nastiness that social media can throw at you.
Yeah,
And he's still there, and he's not giving in, and he's playing. He's getting Arsenal to play some nice football as well.
yeah, yeah.
You
Look,
know,
a lot of credit has to go to him. A lot of credit
totally, totally, mate.
has to go to him.
Yeah, totally. And if you compare him to say Conte, Conte plays boring football where Arteta doesn't.
And not too long ago, the season before last, they wanted him out, and they said, "Let's bring in Conte." I mean, is that? I wonder if that's still the case. Would people still want him gone, and would want to bring Conte in? Because I mean, Conte is not playing beautiful football at the stage. I mean, yes, he came into Chelsea and he won his first season with Chelsea, he won the league. Now he's coming to Spurs, and the Spurs players doesn't even like the way he plays.
Nah, I wouldn't have him at Arsenal. I wouldn't. I'd stick with Arteta. If someone said, look, these are the only two managers that are left, Arteta or Conte, Arteta all day long.
I
All
agree
day.
with you. I agree with you. All right, put Arteta to bed.
Okay.
Let's talk about the actual 10 games.
Right, okay.
There we've got Palace 2-0. Arsenal went away. Palace 2-0. Then we played home to Leicester 4-2. Then we went away to Bournemouth. We won them 3-0. We were at home to Fulham 2-1. We had home to Aston Villa 2-1. Then we lost at United 3-1. And then we went to Brentford, where we went last season, the first game, and we lost 2-1. I mean 2-0. And now we went there with 3-0.
Yeah.
That was a revenge game, I think. The Spuds came to us visit, and we ate them up like Kentucky Fried Chicken. And and then of course Liverpool came, and people say that's a controversial game. We should have drawn the game or even lost the game. That's the opinion of many. And of course, last week's game was 1-0 that we went away to Leeds. So
Yeah.
that looks a very good picture, doesn't it?
Most definitely. There's a few teams there already that last season that were beating us. So that shows how much we've come on.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what I think? I know you said put Arteta to bed, but I've got to bring him into this just for a second. Do you know
Sure,
what I
no
think?
problem.
Do you know what I think Arteta's also done with these boys? He's taken the fear out of them. They've got no fear now. I think if anybody in the world turned up at Arsenal, Arsenal would give them the best game they could at the moment. The way the mentality is and the way we're playing. And I think that's down to Arteta again. He's taken the fear. We go a goal down. You don't see people's heads. All right, Xhaka's getting everybody in a huddle, and that obviously works for them. But no one's heads dropping. Where before, our heads would have dropped and we would have lost games. Where now we're winning them, and that's the difference.
Yeah. No, that's so true. So if there's any game in this 10 games, I'm not talking about the Europa League. I'm only talking
Yeah,
Premier League.
yeah, okay.
Any of these games that stood out for you, and
Oh, mate.
why?
Let's see. Do you know what? I think the Crystal Palace and the Fulham game, because wasn't it? No, it wasn't the Crystal Palace. It wasn't. The Fulham game was one because they scored, and then less than 2 minutes later, we scored again to take the lead. And I've not known Arsenal do that for a very, very long time. So that was something new, something different. Yeah. The Brentford game, the Brentford game was good. We just totally outplayed them. Totally.
Yeah.
Man United game was annoying, if anything, because we got caught on the counter twice.
Yeah. Our
And
mistakes.
I will say this because I'm not Partey's biggest fan, right? We missed him against Man United. We missed him in the midfield.
Wasn't it there? Oh yes, he was injured, right?
He was injured, yeah. We missed Partey in the midfield against Manchester United. I don't think they would have won if we'd have had Partey in the midfield.
You know what? I'm going to say something that I don't really wanted to say.
Yeah,
But hello, Gary. Hello to you, and welcome. And I thank you again for being a loyal supporter of Guna Matters.
evening, Gary.
Yeah. So what I want to say is this, Des. I mean, everybody, even Gary Neville, said it in his post match because he was on duty that night. Uh, he said that obviously we all know that Arsenal was the best team on the night, and we made mistakes that they obviously took advantage of.
Yeah,
But there was a goal disallowed, and everybody knows if that goal had stand, and we don't want to go back there. If
yeah,
that goal had stand, the game was obviously different.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And, and bringing that same thought back maybe forward to the Liverpool game, where everybody says the penalty that we got is controversial. Um, Again, I don't remember you or anybody else that I know that is an Arsenal fan that has went on about raving the disallowed goal against United But in this game with Liverpool, all the Liverpool pundits, all the Liverpool supporters that I've spoken to, that shouldn't have been a penalty. So what? If
Yeah,
the if it was reversed, I am totally sure, and I promise you, you would agree with me, is that if that was Liverpool's penalty awarded to them, and the situation was reversed and Arsenal lost that game, guess what would have been said about Arsenal? Same old, same old, same old, same
so
old Arsenal.
yeah, totally true. Yeah, totally agree.
I mean, Jurgen Klopp went on for days talking about that penalty.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
if you watch the footage, he catches his foot. I mean,
Look,
as an
it's a soft. I agree, it's a soft penalty, Des.
but it's a
But
penalty.
what I'm saying is everybody's raving about a soft and controversial decision. Um,
Yeah,
that's not the point. The point is that why are you crying about spilled milk? If it was reversed, you'd have gone on and said, "But yeah, we won, you
yeah,
guys, and yeah, this and yeah." They would have not looked at the penalty because at the end of the day, it is in their favor. But now it's because
exactly.
Arsenal's favor. For Pete's sake, man, get a life.
I mean, how often does Arsenal get a penalty anyway?
You know?
Do you know what I mean? So if you want to, how many things you could say. I mean, it's all right sitting there moaning about it, but how many things have gone against Arsenal in the past?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
how many
So
things have gone against Liverpool in the past? I mean, if you look at it, it probably evens itself out. But Arsenal never get awarded anything hardly. We're lucky if we get a free kick.
yeah, look, I mean, I'm very surprised on the weekend's game. I think who was the referee? It was
Oh,
Michael Oliver.
yeah, yeah.
It was Michael
Was it
Oliver, I
Oliver?
think.
Was no, it wasn't. It was. Oh, I forgot his name.
It was one of the guys that doesn't like to, you know,
Yeah,
ref against Arsenal because they would want give us either a red card or they will give us all the necessary unnecessary stress.
yeah,
But what I was surprised about is that VAR really worked in our favor.
yeah, yeah.
And people can say what they want to, but to me, that all seemed very, very real and very true as per what VAR sort of picked up, and especially the red card that was reversed,
I mean,
especially the red card.
Bamford went looking for that penalty. He went looking for
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
And if you look at that again, Jesus, not Jesus,
Gabriel.
Gabriel, but hardly touched him. He actually
Yeah.
shot. He actually barged Gabriel, and then to say that his leg was sticking out, the guy was trying to get back up off the floor.
Yeah,
It's
you know, and the other games that really stood out for me, Daisy, is the first five games, and then everybody said, "Is you know what? It's early," and then of course Villa.
You haven't played anybody yet, and
Yeah, then Villa
shut.
came, we won Villa, and then we went to United, and we lost, and everybody says, "Yeah, you see, same old
Mhm,
Arsenal," and we bounced back immediately that Thursday in the Europa League, and of course the weekend thereafter, and Spurs was the next best game. We beat Spurs, and then they said, "Okay, fine, let's go to Liverpool is the next best game," and we beat Liverpool, and now Graham Souness is saying that we were lucky against Leeds. What the hell?
Well, there you go. There's bias again because Souness is Liverpool through and through, isn't he? All
Yeah,
these all these people that are moaning are bias in one shape or form.
yeah,
And I mean, let it go over your head, mate. End of the day,
yeah.
the team's doing what it needs to do when it needs to do it, and let's just enjoy the ride. Because we both know at some time or some point something's going to happen.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
you know, while it's still good, just ride the wave, mate. Ride the wave.
All right, so I'm very glad I'm an Arsenal fan at this stage, and a lot of people is giving me flack and saying, you know what, World Cup is coming. Then after World Cup, you're gonna see all the nits and pieces that you you're gonna cry about, and your form is gonna drop. You know what? We don't know that. We can't foresee the future. We don't know what is in store because we never had a World Cup
Yeah,
in the winter. Well,
exactly.
in your winter, I don't know if it's winter by then. But nonetheless, let's wait and see. For now, we are booming, and that is bottom line.
Exactly, mate. It's good to
Come
be
on,
an
you
Arsenal fan at the
Gunners!
moment. It's good to be an Arsenal. And do you know what? I'm so glad we won the North London derby.
Yeah, man,
You have
we
to
did.
win that one. You have to win both those games every season.
You gotta.
Every season.
But look, we still gotta go to their home, and yeah, let's get into last night's game quickly.
Okay. Um, I don't think PSV turned up.
Did
We
we
spent
allow
about
them not to? The
no.
question is remains: did we allow them not to turn up,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it
because
just because they
we were mainly in their half all the time. So
didn't?
it's just a shame we didn't score more goals. I thought Saka could have had a couple, and
Yeah,
Jesus could have
chances.
had. Yeah, and I thought Jesus could have had a
Yeah, but
couple.
not. But Benitez, their goalkeeper, obviously kept them in the game because of all the
Oh
shots
yeah,
that we got.
he's a good keeper. He's a good keeper. But we've still got to try and take our chances. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we need to be more clinical, eh? We need to
yeah,
be more
yeah,
clinical.
yeah. And we needed to get Vieira in the game more. I thought.
I think the first game we played against Zurich was very good. I mean, they all turned up the second string team, if you want to say that. They
Hmm.
turned up. The second game they did okay against Bodo, and of course last week was a flat game. I mean, you obviously can argue the fact of the pitch that wasn't up to scratch, and then yesterday, yeah, that to me was a much better game than the last three in the Europa, I would say.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling better about Turner as well. He seems to have sorted himself out a bit.
I think he's a half decent keeper, and maybe
Yeah.
giving him more time. I mean, everybody said yesterday in the chat, remember in the WhatsApp group, that we need to have a strong team. Um, some of us wanted the normal team, but have a balance. So, and I mean that was a good balance, and it's not easy for a manager to choose a team like that. And I mean, and Gary says here, PSV got scared like in the North London derby. We are yeah, and he's right. We are a threat. A
Yeah.
better clinical Arsenal, and a match, and match is over at halftime. Yeah, Gary, I think we are a threat. A threat. Everybody that comes to, I mean, you said it earlier on. What did you say, Des? Coming to the Emirates,
It's a
it's a
fortress.
fortress. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I liked. There was a lot of. I mean, Gakpo. It was Gakpo's time to put himself in the window a bit, and I don't think he did himself any favors because Tommy Asu was all over him like a rash.
No,
Um,
he contained him.
yeah,
Even when White came on, he also contained him a bit.
yeah, yeah. And the other lad that we were supposed to watch out for, Xavi.
Xavi, yeah, number 7. Yeah, he's a brilliant guy, huh?
I mean, he's got talent, but he
He
didn't
does,
show
huh?
it last night. He didn't show it last night very much at all. So
And Gary says it was like the team in the North London derby.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right, Gary.
yeah, yeah. All mouth and no trousers,
Yeah,
as we
fully,
say.
man.
As we say.
So people are saying, um, obviously they've got various opinions about last night's game. And Des, just take us
Mhm.
through from Turner up till Jesus and Eddie. What was your take on the players?
The back four were very solid. I thought. Um, well, was it four? Yeah, it was four because Tierney was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, the back four was solid. We're getting a very solid back four, and even though Holding comes in, did a good job. He knows he's not going to play week in, week out, but when he does come in, he does a good job. Uh, midfield.
Sorry,
Xhaka,
just talking
go on.
about Holding quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Last week, Holding played with Saliba. This
hmm
week he played with Gabriel. Who do you think he gels more with? Holding, that
Gabriel,
is.
Gabriel, I think. Uh,
I thought so too. Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he had a better game against Bodo last week with Saliba, and a better than last night.
Mm.
Than last week, and he had a very good game last night. But anyway,
hmm
sorry, go for it.
So Xhaka has suddenly realised he's got to kick the ball forwards. I mean, I've got to play Xhaka some credit. He's impressing me this season. I've done it on almost every video, every show I've been on at the moment. Sorry, I've got an itch. Um, where are we at? Where are we at? We had Vieira. Who was the other one in midfield? I've gone blank.
Sambi.
Sambi Lokonga. Oh yeah, Sambi. Sambi. He's got potential, but he's not the, for me. And I could be only probably speaking for myself here, right? He's not the best passer of the ball for me.
Mm.
But Vieira, he, as I said last night, he should have been given the ball a lot more. He's like Odegaard in the respect that he's a little magician, but he passes the ball different to Odegaard. So what I mean is he can put the ball in the area very well. You know.
Yeah.
Where are we up to? Saka just he does it every game, and he strips teams apart because they have to put so many players on him. He takes so many players out of position. Sometimes the only thing I think that lets Saka down sometimes is he's a little bit selfish. There's a cross he could usually do. There's a cross that will probably get us more goals, but he'll go for a shot, and it's a very
Yeah.
minor thing. But that'll let him down. You know, that's the only thing that lets Saka down. But other than that, he's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought he had a few opportunities to cross the ball to Odegaard and
Mm,
to Nketiah at the stage, and I mean
yeah,
it was an easy tap in, and but he went for a shot. Yeah, I agree with you. I think his decision making at that stage can cost us. Yeah,
I was just going to say about Nketiah. The boy's got speed. He can strip players, but he always seems to run into trouble. And then when he tries to get it out of trouble, we lose the ball. I've noticed. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So last night he
yeah,
was always going into the corners, yeah, into the channels, and you're thinking, right, you're on the edge of the box, cross it, but no, he'll go that extra 10 yards to take on a player and then try and cross it where he
yeah,
could have crossed it 10 yards ago. Do you know what I mean? Uh,
yeah.
but I don't want to hate on him. It sounds like I'm hating on him, and I don't mean to. But yeah, I don't know. This season so far with Nketiah, there's just something lacking. And Jesus, well, I just love the way he presses. I love the way he doesn't give players a second to think. I just wish he got in better positions to score more goals. And that's so critical, but I don't mean to be. But there was he had a shot last night and he dragged it. Well, to me, from the angle I saw, go for the far corner.
Yeah,
You know?
I think I'm talking about Jesus a bit. I don't think that's the problem. There's not getting into positions. He's getting into the great positions. I think he's drying up now with scoring goals. I mean, he started well. He's got five goals in the Premiership or in the Premier
Yeah.
League, and he's got 4 assists, and he
Yeah.
hasn't scored since. And
No.
I think hopefully by this weekend, if he can score another 1 or 2 goals, then you know what? It's not that he's not confident. He's
No.
confident. Is I think he tries too hard in
Yeah.
wanting to score goals
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everybody's expecting him to score.
But
Um,
the thing is, as a fan, Glenwyn, right? Sorry to come in on you there, but as a fan, I love Jesus. Do you love Jesus?
I love him, man.
Yeah, but that's all he needs to know. If he knows that, we know the goals are coming. But yeah, if you need to take your foot off the gas a bit, take it off. It's fine because we know the goals are coming. You know,
Yeah. Um,
don't put the pressure on yourself.
yeah, and I think that the fans are not putting pressure on him, and I think he feels that he needs to do something more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it because he's trying his best. I understand that and I
Yeah,
respect it. But
exactly.
you know, Jesus, man, just chill, enjoy it
Yeah,
like we are. Like go with the
definitely.
flow.
And
Go with the flow, mate.
Gary is saying Zambi isn't too passive, thus won't make the move to break lines with his passes. Defenders scare him. Partey shows you have to split the defenders, and Zambi would rather defer. I agree. In fact, talking about passes, I think Rob Holding gave a couple of good diagonal passes last night.
Mhm.
He gave a couple of maybe too hard and maybe too long, but
Yeah.
he gave a couple of good passes, I think, to Nketiah and
Mhm.
to Martinelli. And I mean, White does it very well when he plays right centre back.
I was going to say, Wright surprises me on how well he can cross the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, Sambi is. I think he doesn't have that forward-thinking ability yet. I don't know if
No,
you would agree with that.
no, I do agree with that, and it's a shame because he's got a lot of potential, and you just think, Sambi, just you know, look for the better past. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we give the ball away. Every team does. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, every team gives the ball away. But when we pass it, Arsenal is one of the best teams at passing. When they're on their game, they're one of the best teams at passing. I think.
I mean, we had a very good time last night when the game changes, when Partey came on and Odegaard came on and
Yeah.
Martinelli, and we split that defense so wide open. I mean, there was a couple of passes, one, two touches in on the edge of the box, and how good is that? I
Mhm.
mean, and then yeah, I'm gonna keep on coming back, Des, to
Yeah.
how the bloody media platforms are killing Arsenal with negativity, bro.
You're passionate about this, aren't you? You're passionate.
I am, man.
I don't blame you though, bro. I don't blame you. But end of the day, you're passionate. So let's let some of your passion out. Come on.
All right, so this is the guy that was supposed to. I think he's got problems logging in. His name is Dre.
All right.
Evening, lads. Xhaka's turnaround has been nothing short of beautiful to watch. That is a good phrase to use. I mean, watching things. And I think, Colin, if you're watching, I think this is probably for you.
Colin, is that Colin, my brother from another mother?
I don't know. He hasn't said anything. He said he's going to watch, but I think
All right.
this comment, Colin, is for you. Xhaka's turnaround has been nothing short of beautiful to watch.
I'm sorry, Colin, but the guy, he's right. I am impressed by the X-Man this season. And
Yeah,
I'm so impressed as well because he's keeping his cool. Because there are at least, I can think of at least 3, maybe 4 or 5
he
instances
could have had a red
uh,
card. Yeah,
it matches where he could have had a red card and he hasn't. So you've got to pat the man on the back when he deserves a pat on the back. I mean, it
yeah. Look,
must tell you
yeah,
something. They're singing his name at the ground now. You know.
definitely.
Mm.
And watching things finally go right for him is a joy to watch. And that's the rest of the Dre. He's also an Arsenal fan. I think he's in the northern of Cape Town, in the northern zone, where we also have a pub where they watch it close
Uh huh.
by. And so, welcome. You were supposed to come on, and I think he's got a bit of a problem connecting, but we will sort it out for next time. Welcome, Dre, and thank you for tuning in. Gary is saying yesterday we bypassed midfield because Zambi couldn't, and Xhaka and Vieira had to come back and support Zambi. Once Partey came on, Odegaard and Xhaka could push upfield, and the goal
That's
came
very
through
true,
that.
Gary.
Yeah,
That's
and the
very
goal
true,
came,
mate.
the goal came through that sort of Zambi couldn't pass forward,
Uh,
and I think he
who
struggles
scored
with
the?
that.
Just in case Colin's watching, who scored the game? So who scored the goal?
It was a half volley on the right foot of the X-Man. It's
Scored with his right foot. He doesn't normally score with his right foot. Now, here's something I want to clarify as well. This is something I'm enforcing. This is the enforcer's moment of the week, right? I have said on numerous shows, right, and I've been laughed at, and that's fair enough, that Xhaka is going to get 10 goals this season in all competitions. And I
And how
still
much
think
he's got so far?
he's got three.
I
Yeah,
think three,
three.
yeah.
Yeah. So just wait and see, guys. Wait and see. And remember, the enforcer said it. All right. But 10
It's
goals in all
enforced.
10 goals in all competitions from Xhaka this season. Watch, I'll tell you what, the chat will explode in a minute. But
All right.
what Gary said is very true, by the way. What Gary said is very true about the
Yeah,
midfield.
no, he did. So I want to just keep this on there, and I think this is the statement of the night, and it comes from Dre. I'm going to read it again, and I like what he says. Xhaka's turnaround has been nothing short of beautiful to watch, and watching things finally go right for him is a joy to watch. And I think it paints a lot of Arsenal fans that Xhaka is doing well, but on the flip side, there is a yellow card and there is a red card in him.
But that, you could say that about every. See, that's a stupid statement in a way, right? I know people say it. I know people saying it's true. I know people saying it's true, right? But there's a yellow card or a red card in anybody, any
Definitely.
player, any
Definitely.
player. So give the guy a break. Let him enjoy his fun. Do you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance. Is it Dre who said that about Xhaka? Is his name
Yeah,
Dre?
that's just right.
All I
Yeah.
can say, Dre. Shame you're not on the show, but some other time. But I agree with you totally, mate. Totally agree with you.
And then Gary said something for you, Des.
That's it. Sorry, I
Des,
can't see the messages. I'm afraid. Sorry about
I'm gonna read it for you.
that. Okay, cool.
Des, you all right? You're lightheaded. Maybe you should lay down and get a rest. But it does not. What it does look possible to get 10. That's a wow moment.
Thank you, Gary. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I mean, look, it is an out there statement, and I could be proved totally wrong, right? But if he did score 10, it would shut a lot of people up that are negative towards him. Now, I understand that's not having to go at people that are negative towards him, because I understand why you are, right? And some people can't forgive, and that's fair enough. But give a say very big on credit where credit's due. Yeah, and
Definitely, definitely.
and at the moment he deserves the credit.
And to top of it all, here's another comment from Dre. He says that he reckons that Xhaka could get more goals. It's
Well,
near
there you go.
impossible. It's near
The enfor-
impossible to mark. It's just listen to this. It's near
yeah, yeah.
impossible to mark him at times if opponents attackers don't mark him. Most attackers hate putting in the defensive work, so Xhaka could continue to thrive, which is true.
So if me and Dre are saying it, it's in stone, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It's official.
It's official. Yeah, it's
Okay,
official.
I'm not gonna be part of that statement. I'm gonna just say
Oh, come on, come on.
I'm just
Is he
gonna
not
say it is.
He's impressing you though, isn't he? He is
Look,
impressing
I
you.
mean, I told you last year. I mean, myself and Lenny, we had a challenge regarding Xhaka,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think both of us we basically lost the challenge because I said he's not going to have a good season, and he didn't have a good season. He had a couple of reds, but then he turned it around the end of the season. So, a 50-50 challenge came about the Xhaka thing, and I
Mhm.
think brilliantly he's doing currently, and big ups to him because he has turned around his character, his personality as the player on the pitch. And for what you're saying to get 10 goals, do I agree? Not really, but it's not impossible.
Well, I've got another question for you, Glenwyn, regarding Xhaka, just quickly, right? are people annoyed because he's playing well, right? Or is standing in the team at the moment, right? Or are they annoyed because he's been given the captain's armband if Odegaard isn't captain?
Um, that I can't answer for everybody else. What I can
No,
say
no, I don't. I don't expect you
from
to. I don't expect you to,
from
Joe.
my
Just
from my
yeah.
from my side, I always said Xhaka is a leader. We never saw it because he was always clouded with the wrongdoings on the pitch. Why he's doing so well now is he's changed his mindset, and of course he had a probably a very good talking to. But I said it on the Cannon Fodder TV show the one time, the last time I was on there, is that for me, having had shown the All or Nothing, Arsenal All or Nothing series,
Mm-hmm.
the world could see what has happened behind the scenes, and therefore it was a challenge for everybody in that club to turn their mindsets around. And he himself, I saw, is the most vocal in those cloakrooms after they got hammered, after they played bad, and even if they played good. So he was
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
the most vocal people, and in that tells me because he's one of the older guys, he's obviously one of the leaders on the team. And for me, it would always gonna come back to having an armband sometime or the other. A better time now because he's doing well
Mm-hmm.
and all the focus is on his performance at the stage. He's staying out of trouble
But he's
when
being
he
played in
can.
the right position. He's being played in the right position as well, Clem.
Correct. He's more advanced and is very little defending. But yeah, in my opinion, that is the reason why I think he's also given that chance again is because he has made an immense. And I think the sincere apology that he obviously gave to the fans, I feel it was from the heart.
Right.
So I think Gary is saying something. Xhaka hasn't apologized to the fans who didn't attack him. I didn't, but feel he's lumped me in with the idiots. I've always wanted Swiss Xhaka, and we are getting it. I think Gary, there was a post. I'm not sure it was a post on Arsenal official page, but there was a post on his own page that he came out and apologized to the fans. I don't know if you saw that, Des. There was an apology from Xhaka, and I feel it was a sincere apology.
There
Yes,
was an
and you're right.
interview where he apologised as well. There was actually an
Correct.
interview. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was sincere. I must admit.
Yeah. And then there's another statement from Gary is Xhaka is the unofficial captain. Odegaard wears the armband, but we know it's Xhaka and Jesus' team more than Odegaard's. Yeah, no, I agree. Odegaard is a good young
But
motivator.
you see that's a fair statement. But I've also heard that when Odegaard talks, people listen. So you take from that what you want, don't you? It's,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
think he
that who
speaks
you
he
know.
speaks with authority. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, but then maybe having two people that headstrong and captain who could be captain in the team isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, there was obviously the three. He's the captain, vice captain, and of Jesus, and is then the third one. And
Oh,
I think,
Jesus is a third, is he?
yeah, he's the third one. Yeah. But I think, as we all know, Jacques is the most vocal one on the pitch. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So let's go on to the pre-match discussion for the weekend.
Yes.
We're playing Southampton and we're playing away, right?
Yes. Yes.
What can we expect? Because I always say we've always played Southampton in the first round, or most of the times we played them in December, and we sometimes lost those type of games.
I think we're going to treat South. I've got a place in my heart for Southampton because I used to live down there. But I think we're going to treat Southampton as we've treated the other teams in the previous games that have beaten us when they shouldn't have. So it was it's going to be a revenge match.
All right.
I think it's going to be like the Brentford match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I will say this: I think it's going to be a pretty even match because obviously Southampton have played midweek, yeah, and we played last night, so energy levels could be about the same. But I think we'll just outplay Southampton. I think we'll outpower them, we'll outplay them. I don't think I don't think their front players are good enough to deal with our defence.
Mm-hmm.
If Partey's playing, I think we'll control the midfield. And I think against Southampton, Jesus could bag a couple. Martinelli could get one. If Nketiah comes on, he could get one. It could. I think if we score the first goal, I think the floodgates could open.
Mm. It depends also when we score that first goal, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. If we score it quickly, if we score it in the first 15 minutes, Glenwyn, because if you've noticed, every match we play at the moment, the first 15 minutes we try and dominate. We did it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanna get back to the Odegaard captaincy, and what you mentioned is that Gary says that yes, the team listens to Odegaard, but look at the games when we huddle up before and during match. Xhaka and Jesus are leading that one, and I agree with.
Oh,
That's why I
Gary,
say that the
I'm
other
not disagreeing with you, Gary. I'm not disagreeing with you in the slightest. On the pitch, it seems that but
maybe more vocal. Yeah,
end of the day, Odegaard is still the captain. And yes, but again, I think it's a case of trying to back each other up and trying to motivate each other. That's why they're doing it.
yeah. All right, so this bloke for us for Southampton is Adam Armstrong, I think. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't been prolific since he's come to Southampton.
No,
I,
no,
do you
he
think
hasn't.
he will be? He will be. And he's a short guy, and I think playing against a Saliba and a Gabriel, these very lengthy guys.
No,
Um,
I think our back four will frustrate him, mate. I think he'll
yeah,
be frustrated. Even Shay Adams will be frustrated. You know,
yeah.
um, the one we've got to worry about is if we give free kicks away. And who's the free kick taker at Southampton? I forgot his name.
James Ward Prowse.
James will put. That's the one. Thank you. If we give away free kicks within his distance, we might have a few problems. But just don't give them away. It's as simple as that, isn't it? You know.
If you want that, then you must put Xhaka in there.
I mean, like I said, if we score in the first 15, 20 minutes of the first half, I think the floodgates might open.
Yeah. Gary is saying, and I'm not going to put his other what's the name on because he's predicting a score there. He says yes, Arsenal doesn't give up a goal in the first 30 minutes. Knock on wood. Yeah, touch wood. And starts fast. We need a fast start so we can quiet the home fans and have a good day. Yeah, I agree, Gary, because the minute we quiet those fans, and I mean when they start singing, when the Saints goes marching on, it's becoming a hell of a movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll start singing the Saliba, and that'll be it.
Correct.
There'll be competition then.
Yeah. So, um, just again about the game tomorrow Sunday's game.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday's game. Are you gonna give your predictions now? Or are you gonna give it a bit later?
No, I'll give my prediction now. I'd like to see a 3-0.
All right.
To be honest,
All right.
goals for in any particular order. I mean, I don't mind if it's a Jesus hat trick. I don't mind if Martinelli scores one. Jesus, Saka, or Martinelli, Jesus, and Nketiah. Don't mind
All right.
any combination you like, as long as we get a 3-0 win.
And this is
Or
Gary.
or a
Gary.
Xhaka. Or a Xhaka hat trick. How about a Xhaka hat trick?
Gary. Gary is saying, I keep hearing that Southampton is our boogie team, but this Arsenal isn't that Arsenal who felt boogie team exists.
We're not
And he
scared of the
see
boogeyman no more, guys. We're not scared of the
fully,
boogeyman.
yeah. And he says Arsenal will win 3-1, and with Jesus getting 2 goals and the 3 points to the Arsenal.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll go with that, Gary.
I
I'll go with
had
that.
this. I had the same prediction on my Super Brew. Um, on my Super, you're part of the Super Brew group, eh? With
With me?
myself, Gary. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you haven't been picking your scores off
Because
late.
I forget about it, to be honest, mate. I totally forget. Sorry, I do forget about it.
And this is what Gary thinks about your Xhaka hat trick. He says, "No, there's no. It's not impossible, Gary. It's not impossible."
It's not. Hey, miracles, Gary. Miracles can happen, you know.
Yeah, fully, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Xhaka going home with the match ball, Gary, stuffed up his t-shirt, up his jumper line. You know what I mean?
I think you guys must do a challenge on that.
Oh no.
So again, guess who? He's the Northern Irish former footballer and coach, and he was a player at Arsenal, winning the double, and he had to obviously wait for what's his face, Peter Story, before he could become a right back, a prolific right back that is, and he also won 49 caps for Ireland. Who is this bloke? You can also try and leave your guesses, if that is even a word, your guesses in the chat. I'll reveal him very shortly. But
That's
firstly, I
got
want to
me.
speak.
That one's got me, I think.
First, because I want to speak about these three guys. I'm missing these O's in the team, man.
Well, you're missing Emil Smith Rowe because you love him.
I do, but he's
Yeah.
no good to me if he's there. And of course, Zinchenko. Hopefully, he can come. He can return this weekend.
Would ERS make much of a difference if he was there, Glenwyn?
Well, he will give a challenge to Martinelli for sure.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. I just wondered
He
how you
will give
felt.
a challenge for Martinelli, and then obviously give Xhaka a bit of a rest because he can play in that position as well.
See, El Neni, yeah. I mean, he's a team player, but he's not being missed, is he? Let's be fair. Zinchenko, well, Tierney seems to be stepping up, so it would be hard for Zinchenko to get back in, but I think he would. See, what I would do, here's a thought, throw this at you, and Gary will probably come back at this as well. Zinchenko should be a replacement for Xhaka and keep Tierney at the back.
That's if the need arises, correct?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't mean if. So, for example, let's say the robot gets injured, right? I swear the man's made of metal, but if he gets injured, play Zinchenko instead of him there and keep Tierney at the back.
No,
But then if Tierney was, you're more likely that Tierney's going to get injured and Zinchenko's going to end up at the back. You know, but I'm just saying.
that's an option. Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah.
Gary is saying that ESR would refresh the lineup when we need a boost, and he says he disagree with you. El Nene is missed. He misses El Nene like I do.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair. I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to agree with him on that one, but you know.
I think with Gary saying that is that he says look at Sambi because Sambi would prefer more an advanced position if he and El Nene plays in the Europa League, and I think that could work.
Well, I suppose El Nene's got a goal in him, where Sambi, you don't know if Sambi's got a goal in him yet, do you?
Yeah, but Sambi's got that. He's got that forward thinking when he knows there's somebody behind him. But when he's the one that's behind, He can't think forward. He will play sideways or backwards. But if he's in advanced position, and I've seen in the pre-season, I don't know if you saw that,
Mhm.
he scored a couple of goals in pre-season, and when he played in
All
advanced
right,
position, he played much better. And I think that
right.
is more of his position. And Gary says that Zink has a spot on this team, and our fullbacks can play versus all teams, and we
Yeah.
can mix it and match it into suit the moment. Of course, we can.
And Gary would agree. We need that rotation, don't we? We need
You,
rotation.
well, Easy says that yeah, that Cedric is part of the fullback rotation as well. Yeah,
Are you missing Cedric, Gary?
I don't think he misses him. I just think
No, no, no,
I
no.
just
It's
think
just a question. Is he missing? Because I'm not missing Cedric.
okay. Gary can answer that. Look, Colin, how are you, man? Glenwyn Matters.
Hey?
Well, uh, uh, Colin, I don't know if you watched earlier on, and there was a comment that I want to display or put back on there for you. This is the comment, and I specifically said that this comment is for you. And it goes like this: Evening, lads. Jacques turnaround. Jacques turnaround has been nothing short of a beautiful to watch, and watching these things finally go right for him is a joy. Is a joy to watch. And Colin, that is for you, my man. Um, Welcome, Colin. Thanks for tuning in. Um, Des,
Yes, mate.
El Neni's goal scoring is the reason I want him, and he plays the position closer to Partey. Exactly what I said to you now is that he thinks that he can be in Partey's position, and I think he did it well last time out.
Fair enough.
Uh,
That's fine.
Colin is saying,
Personally, I've got nothing against El Neni. I just think he
"Yeah, I don't. I know
passes the
you
ball
don't.
sideways too
Sideways."
much. Yeah, yeah,
Colin is telling you dares to bring it on.
yeah. I've been bringing it on all show, Colin. What are you? I've, t- I've been bringing it on to Gary. Gary's been bringing it on to me. You know, it's what it's all about. Bring it on, Colin. I don't mind. All I know is, there's a GoFundMe page for you to get you a Xhaka signed football top.
Gary is saying to you, "There's no Cedric who? I meant to say Cedric isn't part of the rotation. Oops."
Oh, right. I was going to say, right. That's better. That's better, Gary. That's better.
So he's not missing that guy.
No, I'm not. I'm
Cannon
not missing.
Cannon for the TV. Oh, good evening all. Welcome, Alex. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm sure you had a ball of a time at on the Easy Talk tonight. I will tune in later to watch the playback.
Yeah, I'll watch the playback
Um,
as well. Good evening, Alex.
what is U2O? Colin, what is UTO? I don't know.
UTO. No, I don't know.
Yeah. The assembled. Oh, another new person, and he's from the Cannon Fodder. Yeah, I remember him. Hi,
Welcome, the
the
assembled.
assembled. Gary, are you DWTT in disguise? I think he is.
There's only
Who's
one
Gary?
DW. There's only one DWTT.
Yeah, I think the guys are enjoying themselves. Colin, I'm
Yeah.
good, thanks. Okay, cool. That is what Colin says. All right, coming back to the game quickly.
Yep.
We now obviously spoke about these guys that are injured, and I'm not sure when they're coming back. But yeah, the game for this weekend, Southampton versus Arsenal.
Hmm.
I think the guys that's in the chat right now will probably appreciate me putting this on again. Is that guess who this is? He's a Northern Irish former footballer and coach. As a player, he made over 400 appearances for Arsenal, winning the double, and later made 100 more appearances for Watford. He also made 49 caps for Northern Ireland. Sorry, let me just hide this. Let me hide this. Sorry. He was also a significant factor in the Arsenal double winning mechanics of 1970, and his natural
Oh,
position being a right back, he had to wait for his chance a while because Peter Story waved his irrefutably beneficial wand on Magic. Who am I? So you guys can also be part of that in the chat. Um, Des, you didn't give me an official prediction for this game of the weekend.
Yeah, I did. 3-0.
Oh, you said 3-0.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah. Gary, I
3-0
had the
to
same
3-0 to
to
the Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Gary was it 3-1 or 2-1?
3-1.
3-1. Yeah,
3-1.
yeah, yeah.
I also had the same prediction, like I said, 3-1 to the Arsenal. Um, Colin is saying it's a sound you make when you're flabbergasting. Oh,
Oh man.
UTO. Okay, UTO. That's what it.
We've left
Cool.
Colin speechless. We've left Colin
Thanks, Colin.
speechless.
At the assemble, just realized I'm in my other YouTube account. Lol. Okay. Uh, all right. So Gary, not Gary. The assemble says that that player or that quiz is
Yeah,
Pat Rice.
yeah, that's who I was going to go for.
Whoa, assembled facts. All right. So anybody else you want to take a chance on who that might be?
Well, I thought it was Pat Rice, to be honest.
You said Pat Rice. Assembled
Yeah.
says Pat Rice. All right, we give another minute or so. So who's going to score on Saturday or Sunday? You said Jesus, a hat trick.
No, well, I said a Xhaka hat trick. Um, well, as I said, it could be Jesus hat trick. It could be Martinelli scoring one, Jesus scoring two, Martinelli, Jesus, Nketiah if he comes on. Take your pick. I don't mind as long as they go in the onion bag. I don't care who scores them.
All right, so yeah, I think we've come to a point of revealing who the quiz guess who is, and you are right, Mister the Assembled. It is Pat Rice. There you are, Pat
Pat
Rice.
Rice. Pat Rice.
Well done, the Assembled. Not sure if Colin has agreed with him. There's any last words before we go, and while I put this up, Guna Matters live content. Subscribe. Your opinion matters. Anything that you wanna say before we go about?
No, just thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure. I love coming on this channel. I love coming on Cannon Fodder. Anything to do with these two channels is absolutely brilliant. Great content, great people involved, whether it's ladies or men. You know, everybody gets involved with these channels, and we love what we talk about. It's always good to talk about Arsenal. It helps me in a lot of ways because being disabled, I don't get out as much as I used to, and all this sort of stuff. So it keeps me connected with a lot of people. I just love it, Glenwyn. So thank you for making me part of it and listening to me waffle on and talk about Xhaka and stuff like that. You know, it means a lot. And
Colin,
I'm going to send Xhaka a message after this to see if he'll get in touch with Colin and send him a personal message.
Colin is saying Xhaka is not a legend.
No one said he was a legend. No one said that yet. Did we? Did we, Glenwyn?
I think somebody on the chat alluded to something like that in the WhatsApp
Oh,
group.
right.
I mean,
okay. He might. Hey, Colin, I'm enforcing this, right? He might become a legend.
he says, "Des,
Yeah.
I used to like you."
Yeah, I know. You still like me, mate. You're my brother from another mother. We're cool. We're cool. Don't worry about that.
So yeah, if you want to get involved with Guna Matters, you can contact us on guna.matters27@gmail.com, and we can reach out to each other, and also you can stand a chance by predicting the correct scoreline and become a channel panelist with the Enforcer. Um,
I look forward to you guys joining me.
yeah, and Colin says he loves you too, man.
I love you too, Colin. I love everybody. I love everybody from Alex to everybody to Glenwyn, obviously. I love you all.
Obviously.
I really do.
Yeah, cool, man.
Even
All right,
Gary.
guys.
I love Gary.
Gary's saying, great show, Glenn Wendes and chat room. Come on, you gunners. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for watching.
Cheers, Gary.
The assembled, thank you for the thumbs up. Please like the show, like the channel, subscribe, and also obviously ring the bell for all notifications. And Colin is putting a 4-0 Arsenal. And I think you would agree with Des, Colin, a hat trick for Xhaka.
Can we have that in writing?
Gary's saying is love you too, Des.
Cheers, Gary.
Yeah. All right. We will probably see a response from Colin, the Xhaka's hat trick. But nonetheless, guys, thanks a lot. Colin, the enforcer, the assembled, Gary, Dre, and of course, the assembled. I mean, Colin, I said, yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating in the chat. Um, this is what I can say about Guna Matters. It is live content. Subscribe to YouTube. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and of course, your opinion matters on Guna Matters. Be
Come on, you
blessed, go
guys.
well, and also don't forget to be awesome. Good night, everybody.
Good night.